I wholeheartedly believe that the first person you should talk to when you wake up in the morning is yourself. Like, you should really look yourself in that mirror and be like, "Hi, girly. Hey, hey. Are you ready? Are you ready to defend yourself against the evils of capitalism? Are you ready to fight some misogynistic pricks?" Mm, I think you should. I think you should talk to yourself more. Of course, I am. I am so pro talking to yourself, especially in the morning. Start your day off on a right foot. Unless you're filming that. Please do do not try to film a podcast in the morning. Okay? It's impossible. I did it the other day and it was bad, let me tell you. Okay. I guess to be honest, morning is relative. It was 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on a Sunday. But 11 a.m. on a Sunday after going out 3 a.m. on a Saturday, that gives 5 a.m. on a Monday. You get what I'm saying? So this is a re-recording. If we're just being completely honest, if I'm just telling the truth, and I am telling my truth on this. So welcome to the pod. This is the I'm doing this okay pod. Um, and I am doing this, but I will no longer be doing it in the morning. So it is a lovely Tuesday afternoon, the day before I plan to upload this. So if you see this on Wednesday, if this is uploaded on Wednesday, then I stuck to my word. And if not, well, life happens. We're just getting this thing started, okay? It is nice to be filming the pod again, though. I love talking. I do, and I love talking to myself, as I mentioned, okay? I can do it all the time. I think I'm really good at it. What I'm not good at, though, ooh, perfect segue. Perfect segue. Segue. Yes, perfect segue. I'm not good at doing bad things. Yes. I always say this. I wish I did more illegal things as a child. You know, I feel like my life would have been a little bit spicier if I partook in a few more illegal activities, okay? But I am so pure. Is it crazy to call yourself pure? I don't know. Like, let me give you an example, okay? I'll give you an example. One of my earliest memories is I was in like the first grade and somebody came up to me and they were like, "Ooh, so and so said a bad word." They said a bad word. And I was like, "What word?" And then they told me, they were like, "She said the word that rhymes with duck." And at that baby age, I had no idea what she was talking about. I don't think I knew what curse words were until like third grade. And that might even be giving myself some grace, okay? Like I was really so innocent and it's crazy. Y'all are gonna get to know a lot about me through this journey that we're on, this lovely journey that we're on. And the truth is, like, biblically accurate angel is not as daring and adventurous and as rebellious as I might seem. Do I seem daring? Don't tell me if I don't. I like to think that I am cool, mysterious, daring, hip, you know? I think I want to give that off. I don't think I actually do though. I think a lot of people know me as being the good girl, which is fine. It is fine, but I wish I was one of those persons. Sure. Keeping it. Told y'all I'm not editing nothing. But I wish I was one of those people who did things. That's crazy. I did do things. I did do things. I had a good childhood. I had lots of fun in my childhood. I just wish I did more illegal things, or more things that just were like out of what's standard. But in reality, I was very much good girl, follow the rules and stuff like that. Like I wish I was one of those people who ask forgiveness, not permission. Like I love that phrase. I love how people are embracing that now. And I think I'm trying to get there. I guess also the thing is I don't have to ask permission anymore because I'm an adult, you know? But I wish I was the type of kid who like asks forgiveness, not permission. That's the same. Because really, I wasn't asking forgiveness or permission. I just wasn't doing anything that was bad. That's in air quotes for people who are just listening to audio. You know, like I didn't really ask to like go to parties or like do other things that cool kids do. Maybe I just wasn't invited. Maybe that's the thing too. I did have parties. Okay, moving on from this is like continuing on the storyline of the podcast. Like last week, I was talking about house parties. My parents they did let me host a couple parties with my nerd friends, so that was fun. But I never was going out to the parties that people were doing like drugs at or something like that. Can I say drugs within the first 5 minutes of the podcast, or will YouTube flag me? Never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting paid for this yet. I'm talking about getting flagged. You're not monetized. Nothing matters. Um, but no, I wasn't very daring at all. And I was trying to think of like situations and examples of when I asked forgiveness, not permission. And I'll tell you what, ran a little dry, okay? The first example that I could think of, this is gonna sound so crazy. This is the most daring thing that I thought of when I thought of the phrase ask forgiveness, not permission, okay? Here you go. Brace yourselves. Angel's gone wild. No, it's crazy. The first example that I thought of, one time I got hungry in the middle of the night. And for some reason that week, my family was like an ingredients household. We usually always stay stacked up on snacks. Like, I am surprised every single time that I go home the amount of snacks that we have. For some reason, I guess it was like in between grocery trips. We didn't have anything in the fridge or anything in the pantry. So I was hungry and I was like, ooh, you know what sounds good right now? Just raw cake icing. No cake, just the icing. So I got the icing in a spoon and took it up to my room and I was just eating icing straight out the can or whatever. Um, and then the next morning, I was trying to like hide my evidence. So I pushed the icing underneath my beanbag, my beanbag chair. That's very very 2000s kid of me, having a beanbag chair. I feel like that was like a sign of your parents love you. You have a beanbag chair, they love you, and they don't care if this thing bursts and like makes a mess all over the ground. Um, but yeah, so I hid my evidence. I hid the icing underneath the beanbag chair, and then I forgot about it. Tragic. See, I didn't do bad things. I didn't know how to cover up stuff, okay? I forgot about it. And so then, like, the next day or something, my mom, she came to my room, sat on my beanbag chair, um, found the icing, and she was like, Angel, what is this? And I just had to be like, sorry, I got hungry. And she's like, why are you just eating icing? No cake. You can't do that. And that was the most daring thing that I thought of when I thought of the phrase ask forgiveness, not permission. Is this a fun and riveting story? Does this give you a reflection of who I am, as a person? Like I am so good. And like I'm not even saying that in a way like to flex or like to hype myself up. Like biblically accurate Angel didn't do anything. And she still doesn't, to be honest. To be honest, I don't. But I think that's what makes life good, you know? I just sit in my holiness or whatever. See, I'm a good girl, guys. Don't judge a book by its cover. Or you do, because I think I give off good girl in person too. Um, but I was thinking of like childhood stories, I guess, with this prompt. Um, and another example of me being a wuss. There's a good word. I'm trying to keep this like semi clean. So wuss, that's a synonym for a word that I wanted to say, but I won't. Okay. Example of me being a wuss. Um, that's also like a white person word. Like you scallywag. Like who says wuss? But I think we need to bring it back. I roasted one of my friends recently and I called him a dweeb. Maybe I am a dweeb. Maybe I'm exhibiting dweeb behavior. That's crazy. Me calling out somebody and now I'm calling out myself for being a dweeb. Okay, and also I'm so sorry that I go on so many tangents through this thing. But I'm talking to myself, so whatever, don't cut me off. Um, but this is a fact that I learned so long ago, and it's like a fact that I don't even know if it's true anymore. There's only like I think 4 words in the English language that start with the letters DW. And that might have changed now. But it's dweeb, which I don't know if that counts as a word. Dweeb, dwarf, dwelling, and dwindling. Um, dweeb, dwarf, dwelling, dwindling. And I think that's it. That might be a lie. Nobody fact checked me on that, okay? I learned that in like high school and I stick by it, okay? And of course, like dwarf, dwarves, dwindle, dwindles, dwindling. What did I say? Dwell, dwelling. I don't know if there's another version of that word. Is this riveting? Okay, okay, my example of me being a wuss, my example of me being a dweeb, I guess, okay? In like 5th grade, whew, y'all are learning so much about me. In 5th grade, we had this test, and the teacher, she was like, don't write on the test, write your answers on a scrap piece of paper. Pretty simple instructions to follow. But for some reason, I got the test and I immediately started writing on the actual test. Then, like 2 minutes into taking the test, I realized that I messed up. So, of course, natural reaction, I started bawling my eyes out in the middle of the class. During test taking, I'm bawling my eyes out, okay? So my teacher, she comes up to me and she's like, Angel, what's wrong? Like, what's good with you? What's going on? And I had to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like literally blubbering, blubbering, like sorry to her. I'm so sorry, I wrote on the test. I'm so sorry. And like, I am so sad because like I disappointed my teacher that I respect. I just have so many big feelings in my little 5th grade body, and still to this day, I haven't had a good cry in a minute. But yeah, she sends me out the room. She's like, compose yourself. And I literally can't even get it together to finish this test. Like, eventually I do, but it takes me like so long. And like, just that is a reflection of the type of person I am. So if you think that I'm like hard, powerful, like I am, but that baby started somewhere, you know? Like, I started being off my life, being very much, I don't know if sensitive is the word, because I am not a sensitive person. I think I just have problems when I disappoint people that I care about, or when people expect things of me and then I mess it up. You know, like who wants to do that? Okay. Um, I have another story from back in grade school. Um, yeah, in like 8th grade or something like that, maybe 7th grade. Doesn't matter. I don't know why I always get into semantics of whether it's 7th or 8th grade or Monday or Tuesday, whatever. 7th grade. 7th grade. Did y'all school do this too, where they would like make you do different like projects? But, like the prompts were like so crazy. Like it would be like make a rap about this, make a music video about this, make a social media page about this. Did anybody else in school have this? Like I guess it was like the trendy things to do to get us like involved in education. They're like, oh, we're gonna make the kids sing. We're gonna make them sing. We're gonna make them learn how to code. Was anybody else making websites? Like Wix, my girl down. Love Wix. Still to this day use it. But yeah, we learned so much about like how to video edit and all that stuff. How to write a verse um in school. Which I guess is why all of us wanted to be social media famous now. I say, as I talk into a microphone. But we had this one project and it was like write a rap about social studies. I don't remember the topic. Um, and I thought it would be funny. I, I was trying to rhyme the word work. I was like, you gotta go and do your work. It's as easy as giving a twerk. I said that in front of my whole class in 7th grade. It's as easy as giving a twerk. Also, not the right word way to say those words. Like give a twerk. It's as easy as giving a twerk. I don't know how giving a twerk, like serving up a twerk. Twerk at table 5. Like what are we talking about? I don't know. But my dumb little innocent brain, like I don't even think I really knew what a twerk was. Obviously not because of the way I said it in that context. But also, it's really hard to rhyme the word work. We're talking a lot about words in this episode. Like what rhymes with work? Dirk, little Dirk, he wasn't out then. So we're talking about twerking. We're talking about twerking in class in 7th grade social studies class because Angel wanted to. It's also funny being like the good kid because I could get away with lots of things, not to flex. But I would break the dress code like every single day. And like that situation, giving a twerk, like that isn't school appropriate. But my teacher just laughed it off because like I was a student. Like she's gonna send me to the principal's office. No. I'm helping teach other kids how to do their lesson. Like you can't send me away. But yeah, I did break the dress code a lot. I think that's just a part of being a girl. Girlhood, break the dress code. But yeah, break the dress code and then have to wear a lab coat. But sometimes I would get away with it. A lot of times I would. Like wearing like headscarves and stuff like that, or like shorts that were too short, or skirts that were too short. Like I could do it. You just gotta know which hallway to walk down. Avoid Miss Rogers. Um, but yeah, school was fun. Oh no, it wasn't, because our next story is not fun at all. I'm zipping through these, but as I said, I already recorded this, so maybe that's why. Also, am I still recording? Oh, this happened last time. I don't know if I'm still recording. I'm not cutting this, guys. I just need everybody to know that I am doing every single thing on my phone. And so I am struggling a bit. I'm like brute forcing this podcast so hard. Like maybe I did need a producer because I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having a good time. So how about that? But yeah, my next story. This is 8th grade. Okay, we got the timeline correct now. 8th grade. One time, do y'all have those days where it's like I'm gonna wear a dress, so you tell your friends to wear dresses too? It was like one of those days. So I decided to wear a dress to school, and I was like all dressed up, all dolled up, and I had like white tights, white stockings, and this I remember this so vividly. It's this pink and gray striped dress with a little cardigan. Y'all know how it has like the cap sleeves that are barely a sleeve, but it's okay because since you couldn't be sleeveless, you have to have that 2-inch sleeve on your shoulder. Um, but that was the type of dress that I was wearing, and I was wearing a white headband and white shoes. I wish I had pictures. I probably do. Actually, I don't because I'm not going to put them in here. Nobody needs to see how I looked in 8th grade, okay? Um, but I was wearing this dress, and my friend Ashley, or was she a friend? Mm. I'm sorry, that was foreshadowing. No, my friend Ashley, it was time change of classes, and my friend Ashley, she was like, "Angel, can you carry my book?" And I was already carrying lots of books because also in middle school, for some reason they didn't let us use a book bag. We had to like put our book bag in the locker and carry all of our books. I think they still do that at schools, and it's horrible. Like, why am I carrying around thick, thick, big boy textbooks from class to class? So I was carrying like already like probably like 4 textbooks, and then Ashley throws her textbook on top. Like she asked me, but then she just throws her stuff on top. So I'm trying to explain this right. Basically, I'm like hobbled over holding all these textbooks. I'm not gonna do it. I don't feel like getting up. And also I'm not wearing pants. Fun fact. And now people who are listening to only audio can pop into the YouTube video to see. No, I'm just kidding. I'm wearing a blanket. But I'm not wearing pants. But yeah, I was like hobbled over, holding all these books in my hand. And as I was like leaning over, like basically walking down the hallway at 45-degree angle, you know? Like that's how bent over I was because I was carrying all these heavy textbooks. I was walking down the hallway at this 45-degree angle. And somehow my the bottom of my skirt, the hem of my skirt, gets like pulled up into the book stack. Does that make sense? Like it goes up and presses against the books that are now on my stomach. So I'm walking down the hallway and I finally get a good grip of all these books and I stand up tall. And as I stand up tall, this boy passes by and he says stuff, some stuff. And I don't exactly remember what he said, but all I know is like very like mm, sexual harassment. Yeah, sexual harassment. And I didn't know why because I didn't realize in that moment as I was standing up now at my correct angle, now the correct 180 degrees angle. I realized I was supposed to say 90 degrees instead of 45. I'm getting really technical in this, but it's okay. I was on math team. I know my angles. But whatever. I probably was at 45 degrees angles with how heavy those books were, okay? But now I'm sitting at like 180 degrees straight up. Um, and he says something to me like very harassment-y, and I don't realize why because I can't see past the book stack in my hand because I'm carrying 7 textbooks. But then as I walk further down the hallway, I finally feel the end of my dress drop and graze my legs. I'm like, oh, I just flashed the whole hallway in my underwear. Mm, that's fun. That's what you like to do on a random Wednesday. Random Wednesday after math class. I like to flash the whole hallway in my underwear. Good times. Honestly, if I was on the other end, I probably would have said some sexual harassment to me too. You know, it's so embarrassing, guys. It's so embarrassing. And I just pray for little Angel, but she made me the woman I am today. So we just have to go through these things, these very traumatic experiences, and it's all good. It's all good. I don't know. But yes. Uh I did want to talk a little bit about yeah, being a good person and always trying to strive for goodness. Because I don't know if this is going to be funny. I don't care if this podcast is funny or not. Whatever. I have a lot of anxiety surrounding like messing up small things or messing up things that I should be good at. I've said this on stage, so I don't care to say it here. Um, but the first time I got gas, I literally couldn't figure it out and I ended up crying again, bawling my eyes out because I didn't know how to work a gas pump. And I tried like so many times and I had to call my friend, crying on the phone to my friend, like, I don't know how to pump gas. To be fair, my first car was an electric car, so I didn't have to learn. And then by the time I got a different car, I felt like it was too late to ask people questions. Like it was too late to be like, guys, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. And so then I just had an emotional breakdown when I figured out that I couldn't when I was already at the gas station and the men were harassing me like, hey, do you need help pumping gas? But I was like, no, because I'm a strong, independent woman. I did need help pumping gas. I needed help so bad. But I was scared because what if I say, yes, I need help pumping gas? And they're like, oh, well, can you give me your number or something? Like, I was scared. I was scared. So I just ended up crying and leaving and driving away in tears and then going to a different gas station and crying at that gas station while I'm on the phone with my friend. I think these are all fair things for a young girl to go through, okay? But I do have a lot of like anxiety around like I guess also like disappointing people. I don't know how people show their parents their stand up. And I guess y'all might be more close with your parents, but I am not like I'm close with my parents, but I still respect them. Is that okay? I guess also maybe the definition of respect is different in black households. I think that might be what it is. Because um don't ever, never in my life, never cursed around my parents. Ever. Period. I never even cursed around my sisters at all. I still don't. Never, my sisters had never heard me say a curse word until they saw me do stand up. And even now, to this day, I still do not like casually curse in front of my sisters. Because why do I have to? I don't know. I just feel like, and this isn't judging anybody. This isn't judging anybody. You do you. I know family dynamics are different. But for me, I think it's disrespectful for my parents to say bad words around them. Okay, do with that what you will. So yeah, my parents haven't seen me do stand up except one clean show. My whole family came to one clean show, and they said I was funny, so props to me. Um, but I think I'm also scared to do. I could do clean content that is also like a little raunchy, a little, pushing boundaries in front of my parents, but I don't think I will. Because I don't need my parents judging me for what I say on stage, you know? Because I think people have a whole different viewpoint of you when they hear you do stand up. Definitely. Like, even like taking my friends to stand up shows and then just hearing what I laugh at versus what they laugh at. Like, since I've been surrounded in the stand up world so much, I'll be laughing at the most heinous stuff. And then look at my friend and I'm like, oh, you don't think that's funny? You don't think the joke about running over children is funny? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I thought it was funny. Like, it's hard. It's hard to navigate. And so I don't think I want my parents to ever hear me do a set for real. You know? And it's funny though, because somehow I think my uncle follows me. Is this light blinking? I'm sorry. Whatever. I need to stop apologizing. This is my podcast. I can talk about the light blinking in and out. I need to pay my bills. I guess that's what it's giving. Oh no, somebody's walking outside. Maybe that's what's distracting me. Um, what was I talking about? My uncle. My uncle somehow found my stand-up clips and he gave me some jokes, which is fun for uncles to do, I guess. It was weird that I know which joke he listened to, and it's a very explicit joke, but I did post it publicly on Instagram, so whatever, that's fair. But he gave me a couple of jokes. This one I'll say, I said this on stage. I think it's funny. It's kind of just like a premise that can be expanded. But he told me to say this on stage. He's like, I know this girl with the Black Lives Matter tattoo. But she's also had 3 abortions. So, do Black lives really matter? That last sentence I added on because I think that's funny. And see, I would say that around friends, and they would be like, "Oh, that's too dark, Angel. It's way too dark." Okay, topical and dark. That's bad. He also gave me a joke about a train being ran on me. My uncle. Joke about a train being ran on me from my uncle. And I don't have a weird uncle, but that was weird. I guess in context of the joke that he was like basing it off on, it wasn't that weird. But it's weird for me to know that my uncle thought of that and decided to say it to my face. It was after a few drinks though. So yeah, my uncle and auntie know that I'm a little explicit, but hopefully my mom and dad have never seen any of my R-rated content because I don't want them to change how they think of me. And then on this, I think it's weird for people you're dating or potential love interest to watch your stand-up comedy. Let me tell y'all about a situation that I went through. It was bad. That's pushing it. It's not that bad. I didn't have like a stalker or anything. Not yet. Maybe in the future. No, I don't want that. Should I knock on wood? It's too far away. Oh, I'll knock on the wall. It's what, drywall? There's wood in there somewhere. Probably, right? What are American homes made out of now? There has to be wood in there. Also, there's still mildew on my wall, guys. That's a house update. But dating horror stories. I was on the dating app a while ago. Dating apps a while ago. Um, and I matched with this guy. And somehow I did not give him my Instagram. Somehow he found my Instagram with a little information that I provided on my dating app. I guess we all went to UGA, so I guess it was easy to find me through mutuals or whatever. But he found my Instagram and then he watched some of my stand-up clips and he was like using what I said in stand-up in our conversation without telling me that he was aware that I was a stand-up comedian or anything. Without telling me that he had seen my content. We were just talking casually one day over messages or whatever. And he's like, sorry, I'm not 6'2", da 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 da, because of something that I said in a video that's supposed to be hee ha funny. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know. It was crazy. He was like, yeah, sorry, I'm not 6'2". And I was like, bro, where did that come from? Like, I was like, that, I never said nothing about being 6'2". And he's like, oh, in your video. My video? Why are you on my Where did you find my Instagram? Weirdo, weirdo, you're stalking me now. Because he had to scroll back to see that video. He did have to scroll back to see that video. That's weird. Because now you know so much about me based off my Instagram, and you didn't even like have the courtesy to give me your Instagram. Men are disgusting. Disgusting! And I literally said to his face after he said that and he like revealed that he found my Instagram, I was like, bro, you are exhibiting incel adjacent behavior. You're exhibiting Andrew Tate type behavior. Like, this is weird. Like, do you not see how that's weird? And it would be a different thing if, like, you stalked my Instagram or whatever, and you knew in your head that I made some joke about a guy being 6'2", but didn't say anything. But then to say it to my face, like, you don't see how that would be weird to say it to my face that you're sorry that you're not 6'2". Like, that's not hee ha funny anymore. My video was hee ha funny. Not you. Not you, bro. This is weird. And so I literally had to cut him off. But it's okay. Another one bites the dust. I wasn't supposed to be talking about dating, guys. I'm not a dating podcast. I'm not. Cool. That's that. I'm kind of hungry, guys. I didn't eat dinner after work. I think I'm gonna make some shrimp, some scrimps, maybe some homemade fries. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Okay, this moves directly into my next segment. Okay. Y'all know how last week I talked about how I want to do this segment, things I'm doing now, or I'm doing this now. Still working on the name. I'm doing this now. I think that's what I'm calling it. I'm doing this now, where I talk about one thing that I want to do that week. Last week I talked about the Black Skating organization um, that I wanted to participate in. And I will get into how that went. Um, and I will get into I'm doing this now for this week. But I also wanted to add things I'm not doing. I'm not doing this? Sure. Yes, that's the name. I'm not doing this. Can y'all tell I'm figuring all this out as I say it? No, I do have plans, guys. People are like asking me what the podcast is about, and they're like, "Are you just like going off on tangents? Like, are you just like free form thought?" I promise I have an outline. Okay, the first episode I didn't really stick to it. Okay, but I do have an outline, and I do have like somewhat of themes that I'm going on in my head. Okay, it's a process. We're working through it. Okay, but okay, I do want to always every single episode do this. One, I'm doing this now, where I talk about one thing that I have planned for the next week coming up, and then the following week I can reflect on the plan that I have from last week. That makes sense, right? Yeah, little update. Make sure that we're living life, live, laugh, love. As I said in the first episode, we're live, laugh, loving all 2025. Live, laugh, loving this summer, okay? Yes. But then the second thing that I want to do every week that I just started now, so starting now, starting episode 2, um, I'm not doing this, okay? And what I'm not doing this week and for the rest of eternity, sure, let's make it a long thing. This is going to be controversial. I'm not doing this. I am not going to the grocery store with a list. What happens in Wednesday? What happens is just figuring it out, Like, I just want to walk the aisles and browse and have a good time and pick up food in here and there. And I do get people say that and then Like that's how they end up spending $3,000 at the grocery store. But no, here's the hack. Here's the life hack. Don't get a cart. Okay. I live by myself. I always feel weird about saying that. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Actually, I kind of have a roommate now. But whatever. I feed myself. That's what I want to say. Okay. Can you hear my stomach growling? Last week I had to pee. This week I have to eat. Okay. We'll work it out. We're working out the kinks. But I do feed myself. So the hack is don't get a cart. Don't even get one of those small little carts. You need to get a basket, okay? A basket or just your bare hands. All right? If you can't carry it in a basket and you can't carry it in your bare hands, you don't need it. And that's how you prevent from overspending at the grocery store. But that's also how you open up your life to whimsy. Yes. Yes. That's how you open your life up to the creative endeavors of exploring a grocery store, you know? You just find something on sale and you figure it out. Now you have tuna tartare, you know? You just figure it out as you go. And I think that's what makes life fun. All right. And I do think that I have an advantage. I have to be honest, I do get like meal kits that help me throughout the week. Because if I don't get these meal kits, I won't be eating. All right. So maybe that does help me because when I go to the grocery store, I'm usually not like shopping for meals for real. But I'm not doing this. I am not creating a list for the grocery store. I'm going there with my bare hands and I'm figuring it out. All right. I am. Okay. Now moving on to I'm doing this now. So to reflect on last week, if you didn't tap in, I talked about how I wanted to go to this event sponsored by Peace in the Wild, where it was like Black people getting together and doing outdoorsy things. And last week the event was skating. We went roller skating. I already roller skate because we grew up on that. But I wanted to go roller skating with Black people. Black people. Yes, I did. So I went roller skating and it was fun. Yes. And this is no hate. No hate to nobody. Maybe I shouldn't have name dropped. It's no hate. I just don't think that the skating rink was conducive to meeting friends, which is my goal. Like I love skating. I'll do that any day. But I went so that I could make more friends. And I met one girl, she was nice. I got her to follow somebody else on Instagram, not even myself. I'm so dumb. I should have made her follow me so that I could have a friend. Um, but yeah, so I think the roller rink is just not conducive to making friends, especially since they play music. The other skating meetups that I go to, which are like in Grant Park, those they play music, but since it's outdoor, it's not as loud, of course. And so then you have the opportunity to talk to people. Also, you can like roll off further and talk to people and chat, and that's how you make friends. But with all that being said, I don't think I'm gonna stop going to the Peace in the Wild events. Now I name dropped again. They have lots of different events, so if you are interested, I would check it out. If you're a Black person in the city, they have like I don't know archery. They have camping. They have all these different events just about Black people getting outside and making friends and exploring. So yeah, that is my I'm doing this now reflection from last week. And now onto I'm doing this now for this week. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. I have a lot of things coming up. I have a couple shows coming up, of course. I'm never gonna have I'm doing this now be a show because the point is to talk about something new that I'm doing. So something new that I'm doing is there's I literally said I'm not gonna talk about a show, and then I'm talking about a show. Okay, comedy show is different. This is something that I'm just attending, but I might perform. Okay, whatever. It's this talent show. There's also another Black organization in Atlanta, Connected Camping. They're putting on a full moon talent show this Friday. So I'm excited to go there, and I actually went to a couple of Connected Campings events before. So I'm looking forward to maybe seeing some of the similar faces that I've seen before, and also making new friends. because that always seems to be my goal for some reason, making new friends. But it's fun, guys. We have to go out. We have to go out and live life. And this is how I end up out till 3 a.m. in the morning. Literally, Friday night, I was out till 3 a.m., and Saturday, I was out till 3 a.m. Sunday, I slept all day, except when I filmed that podcast that was horrible that I'm never posting. Maybe I'll post some clips. But yeah, slept all day, and then I had to drive to Athens to do a show, and then I didn't get back in my house until midnight when I had to go to work in the morning, leaving my house at 6:30 on Monday. Left my house at 6:30 on Monday, did not get back in my house until 10:30. Insane. That's kind of wild. I need to sit down somewhere, okay? But I guess I'm sitting now. Today is Tuesday, and I went to work, got off early, and came home. I am on a show tonight, though, so I will be going out until probably 2 a.m. But then next week I'll rest, okay? Maybe. No, I won't. I'm young. What can I say? What can I say? I like going out. I like having fun. I like being a vibe. I do. I do. I do. I've been doing a lot of karaoke recently. Because my friend likes going to karaoke, so I've been doing karaoke too. I've been doing karaoke like almost every Wednesday at Mary's, and then this past week on Friday, I actually did karaoke at Joystick with one of my other friends. You should not be good at karaoke. That's my final conclusion. Why are you like trying to like burn the house down with how good you are singing at karaoke? You know? You need to go sing in the light of day. Go to a choir and sing. Karaoke at 1 a.m. at night is for us losers who don't know how to sing for real. And that's I like, I go to karaoke to just have a good time, you know? I just want to laugh at people and dance. No, not actually. I won't actually laugh at people, okay? I won't. I'll only laugh at you if you're trying hard, like trying to like hit all the notes. Like, I'm not even gonna do it because I know I can't. You know, trying to hit all the notes and you miss. If you're missing because you're trying too hard at karaoke at 1 a.m. at a gay bar, then I'm laughing at you. Why don't we just be bad at things? Bad at things that aren't skills. Call back to the last episode. Also, I hate gay people. Because why are y'all good at every single thing? Stop. Leave some talent for the rest of us. Please. That's crazy to say during Pride Month. I think I'm just gonna clip the part that I just said, like, I hate gay people, and then make people watch the episode. Or is that mean? Is that rage baiting? Probably. And also, my friend told me I need to stop talking about how I'm making the podcast in the podcast. But I think it's funny. Maybe the problem is I don't have anybody to riff off of me. So I'm just like thinking all these things of how I'm gonna cut this video to myself. And I'm like, okay, noted. You know, I don't have an editor. And I don't have somebody to stop me from saying the next thing in my head. So that's that. But yeah, I've been doing karaoke. What's y'all's go-to karaoke song? I think I've realized nobody should be rapping at karaoke. Unless you know that by heart, you're not gonna be. And then my mic died, and I did not notice until 5 minutes left of recording. I'm really not getting this, guys. It's really messing with my head. And I was crashing out a little bit at the recording when I realized my mic died. So I'm honestly glad y'all can't hear it, okay? But just know the last 15 minutes were hot. And I guess I'll just have to say it next episode. It's pissing me off. I need to go. Okay, I need to go. I already recorded this once before. I can't do it again. I can't. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. And now I have to edit these two clips together. Do y'all know I'm just a girl? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't. Okay. I'll see y'all next week if I can figure everything out. And if not, I will figure everything out because I'm good at everything I do. Positive affirmations. I need the positive vibes because otherwise I'm going to do something drastic and y'all don't want to see that, okay?